Hey, Lee Robinson here from American Sentinel Canine. This is Onyx, ASC's Onyx. She's about 8.5, almost 9 years old, somewhere right around there. I'd have to check to be exactly sure. And we are going to do one more breeding with her. It's going to be her retirement breeding. Then we're just going to let her live out her days. Onyx, what's that? So even though she's 8.5 or 9, still very athletic, very healthy. You got the wrong stick, girl. There you go, good girl. Good girl. In this video, we're going to discuss prey drive and defense and civil edge. We may discuss a little bit about sport and protection. But the main thing we're going to focus on is a balanced dog. And we're also going to discuss doing what you like. A lot of people want to force others to comply with their wishes and ideals and standards. I don't agree with that. Look, you live once. If you live 100 years, that's only 36,500 days. And that's if you live 100 years. You're going to run out of time. So instead of wasting your time trying to tell other people how to live, I would focus on living the way you want to live, all right? Or bringing glory to your Creator, honor to your Creator. Onyx, off, sit. Good. Okay. I don't want her to bite my hand. There you go. All right, and you don't have to have fancy training toys. You know, I like the toys because they don't get splinters in their mouth, splinters in their teeth and whatnot. Up, sit, up, sit, good girl, good girl. Onyx, come here, sit, sit. So, I put the leash here and slow her down. That's my shock absorber. And you can, if you learn how to pay attention to what your dog's doing, you can reach back, push the button, and slow them down. That way you don't get snatched off your feet. But that's not the purpose of this video. So prey drive, why do I like it? Well, I like working a dog in prey drive for two reasons. One, it makes the training fun and enjoyable, and it helps the dog relieve stress. All right? When you have those things, it can also be a motivator. Good girl. All right. Sit. So, drive. What is a drive? A drive is a behavior that is displayed, or it's a motive for a behavior that is displayed for the preservation of the species. Sex drive, obviously, for procreation. Prey drive is the desire to hunt, chase, catch, and kill for the acquisition of food. Onyx, off. Sit. So I use off as kind of like a no command. And then defense drive is the desire to defend oneself. And there's different types of drives, but truthfully, when I'm training personal protection, I don't necessarily sit here and think about, am I doing B.F. Skinner operant conditioning, or am I doing Ivan Pavlov classical conditioning, or am I dealing with drive theory? No, it's more like ethology. You reward what you like and you punish what you don't like. But punishment should be fair, meaning the only thing that I punish that is not already taught is unwanted aggression. So if the dog displays unwanted aggression, let's say to another animal that I don't tolerate aggression with, or with a friend or a family member, then obviously I'd shut that down with correction. But other than that, every other correction I do is going to be based on fairness, meaning I know the dog should already know what to do. Now you notice she got up and walked off, and I had her in a sit stay. I didn't even correct her here because she's been in a kennel for 2 years. So for me to, for the most part, yes, we've got them out. Yes, we've walked them around. Yes, they've had fun, but we haven't done any training with her for 2 years because we just didn't need to. She still knows the basics good enough to be a family companion guardian. So this is like a prey drive response. It's play. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. There you go. I have to be careful how I hold it, but she would tag me trying to get it. I don't think she'd bite me, but she might hit me with her tooth. That would still hurt when it has 100 pounds behind it. All right, So I'm gonna let her unwind. This keeps it happy. And look, why have a dog if you can't be happy? You know, you need to enjoy your animal. That's most important. All right, so you saw me put the brakes on her there without me flying. Do it again. Just put your hand back. That's all you got to do. Put your hand back. Oh, good girl. Okay. Okay. All right. Notice how I'll hold my arm so her perpendicular to, or actually parallel with her line of jump. So my forearm is not perpendicular where she could hit my arm or my hand. I have it more in line with her jump. Off. Sit. Onyx, sit. Sit. A little sloppy. Down. Down. Nope. Down. Sit. Down. My bad on the corrections and the commands were not clean. Onyx, down. Onyx, down. Down. All right, so there, by withdrawing the reward, that is actually negative reinforcement. Well, no, that's negative punishment. I removed something that she wanted to punish the undesired behavior. Do I sit here and think about that all the time? No, I don't. Onyx, sit. Onyx. Onyx, come here. Sit. Down. Down. Onyx. Down. Good girl, go get it. All right, so here I'm going to reward her. Let her get it, because I don't want to just do it too much, right? So, why was that negative punishment? Negative punishment means I'm going to remove, negative means I'm going to remove something, and punishment is, it means to reduce the undesired behavior, which for her case was getting up. But anyway, I'm diverging off the topic, so I digress, I should say. So let me get her back here and let's actually discuss the topic. Come here, girl. Girl, sit. Good girl, sit. Good girl. Give me a kiss. Come on, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Yeah, that's a good girl. All right, so let's actually discuss training a protection dog. So, what are you looking at? Boy, this dog's on guard all the time. Stay. Stay. Okay. All right. So when you're protection work, when dealing with a civil edge, or if you want a civil edge, yes, you should probably start off with building a civil edge. And what I mean by that is do the ding dong ditch methodology or the Kohler methodology, behind the fence agitation method. What you're trying to do is aggravate the dog while having some distance and building some suspicion and irritation and alarm. These type of things will tap into defense. And we know how to do it. And that's good if your objective is to have a protection dog that's really going to work out a defense. But you also need to balance some of that with confidence. Because if you just have a dog that's insecure and always alarmed, when those dogs get in a battle where push comes to shove, a lot of them aren't going to deliver. They need to be one-hit wonders. Now, if you have a Mastiff type dog that's got a lot of power to it, it might be a one-hit wonder. Hit really hard, knocked its opponent down, and it's done its job. But Mastiff type dogs are hard to live with. They're big, they're sloppy, they shed, they drool, they have hip problems and whatnot. But not this dog. You can see she's out here 9 years old and still acting like a fool. On alert, very athletic, ready to rock and roll. Onyx, sit. Onyx, sit. Get it. And this allows the dog to have fun and be clean by having a little smaller dog You can use a little bit of prey. The dog's energy is really good. They're easier to haul around in the car, easier to live with. And in my opinion, they're just a little bit better dog when you have an athletic dog with heat tolerance, stamina, agility, and prey drive. You just end up with a better dog. For me. But if you're a sloth type of person that doesn't go anywhere, and the only place your dog is ever going to be is your property, or on a leash, or in your house, or in your car, you know, mastiff type dog is fine for all those except for probably in the car, right? And you might think, well, I have a mastiff dog and I have it in the car. Are you by yourself? Do you have a family? What kind of car is it? Is it an old truck or a van, or is it actually like a luxury vehicle? You know, not too many people are going to want to put the sloppy mastiff type dog in their leather interior luxury vehicle, even if it is a SUV. Okay? It's going to be in the back cargo area, and then what good is your mastiff dog in that situation? Meanwhile, if you have something a little smaller, something a little more athletic, it can come up to the front if need be. Now, something else we see being discussed lately by various trainers is targeting the weapon hand. At least they say hand and not weapon. Targeting the weapon is a stupid idea. Having a dog go after a gun or a knife is a good way for a dog to get shot in the mouth or cut in the mouth or in the head. Really stupid idea. Going to the weapon hand, possibly okay. Weapon arm, in my opinion, would be better for a multitude of reasons. One, if you're going to do some training on that, the arm is a clearer and easier to acquire target than the hand. How's this dog going to get this up here? If I'm coming in like this, it can't really get the knife or the gun, but it can get my arm. But just think about it. Just sharing a few thoughts. One of the problems with that methodology, though, is a dog that's going to clearly target the weapon. What if I have multiple weapons? Are you going to teach that dog to let go of one to acquire another? Now you have a dog thinking of the back door, thinking about getting out of home. I don't want my dog thinking about getting out of home. We have a helicopter here. Excuse the interruption. Well, anyway, that's enough rambling. I'll take care and have a blessed day.